Wagwan, everybody. I am your Jamaican Queen, Miss Y. You are tuned into How I See It TV, and this is How I See It Live. Hello, hello, hello. If my background is a little bit noisy. Um, if you saw my community, well, I posted a short story. Or if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I am in Atlanta. Made it here super early. I made it here super early, and what was that? What happened a while ago? I made it here super early. I thought I would have been able to check in early, but yeah, they don't have any rooms available as yet for early check-in. So I'm just here in the lobby area sitting and waiting for them to say, hey, you can check in. And if not, then I'm gonna have to wait till 4 o'clock. Um, but please go ahead and like this video, share the link to my channel. If you feel like the content needs some more crowd, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter now called X at How I See It, and on TikTok at How I See It TV. And y'all, please follow me on all these platforms because this entire weekend, starting tonight, going into tomorrow, going into Melody's event tomorrow night, I am going to be live streaming. Okay, I'm gonna be live streaming. And y'all know I am very random, I'm very spontaneous when it comes to live streaming. So you never know. I might be there, something exciting is probably happening, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go live right now. And if you don't have your notification on, then you're gonna miss it. And when I went to Mimosas with Melody in March, the first one in Atlanta, I went live on YouTube, and then I did some of the lives on Instagram. And now that I'm able to go live on TikTok, I might do some lives over there on TikTok too. So y'all go and follow me on all these different social media sites so that you stay up to date and you know what's happening. If you're not gonna be here in Atlanta this weekend for Chef Don Don's meet and greet, tea talk with your girls, and Sassy TV's meet and greet, and for the Winter Wonderland event, then come on, turn your notification bells on, because Miss Y got you, okay? I'm gonna make you feel like you're here with us, all right? Hi, Auntie Linda. Hi, Miss Sharon. Hi, Miss Price. Thank you. I'm gonna try. Hey, hey, hey. Ines. Ines, are you here in ATL? Miss D Hereford, I bought a very simple ruched white long sleeve dress because I know it was gonna be cold, and it's a cocktail party, so I didn't have to go all out to be super like formal, if you know what I mean. But it's cute. It's very me. And then I have a cute, strappy, sparkly silver high heel sandals and some sparkly earrings. I bought two earrings, so I'm gonna have to like figure out which one I'm gonna wear with it. I'm gonna wear my hair up because for the type of dress, wearing my hair down won't look cute with it. And I'm gonna go get my makeup done tomorrow at the same lady that I went to this makeup spot in ATL. From what I'm told, it's a staple in ATL. They've been around for over 30 plus years. They're called Dendira. Very Afrocentric, a black mom and her daughter. The mom started it, and then her daughter, is of age now, and they're both running the shop. And I was told that it was actually the mom's sister that started this like holistic cosmetics company for black women in ATL, and they have makeup products, and they do makeup there. It's literally first come first serve. You go and you put your name down in their book, and you basically get your service done based on where you fall in the book. So um I'm going back there because they did an amazing job with my makeup when I came for Moses Melody in March. So I'm gonna stick to what I to them. They did great, so I'm gonna stick with them. Oh, you're flying in on Saturday morning. Okay. Okay, so I will see you then. Um, I wonder if we're staying in the same hotel. You can DM me, Ines, and let me know. Um, the weather, well, when I got to the airport and went outside, I could see my breath. Oh my God. Does that kind of describe for you what the weather is like? Because it's cold when you breathe in and you breathe out, and you can see you can see the air coming from your mouth. So yeah, it was, for me, it was freezing. I was telling my husband that I saw people in like crop tops. So I guess it wasn't that cold for them, but for me, it was cold. And my trending at some point Libra hoodie came in handy. I have combat boots. I have for tonight, for Chef Don Don's event, I have combat boots. I got some sheer stockings or leggings, whatever you want to call them. You said, is it fur coat weather? Hmm. For me, it was. I mean, there are people walking through the hotel lobby right now in long coats and boots and stuff. Oh, I thought she was trying to get my attention. Nope. Um, it's like I would say like thick. Your jacket needs to be a little thick. I don't know what it's like now. When I landed, the captain said that it was 34 degrees. That's what the captain said. It's like, welcome to Atlanta. It's 34 degrees. See, I'm looking at somebody walking into the lobby right now, and she is in a sports bra and a jacket. So she must be from ATL. Okay. Ines, that's what the captain said. And when I checked, leaving Florida, when I was on my way to the airport in Florida, I checked and it was about 37, 34, I think. So around the same. So yeah, it's for me, it's cold. Okay. I'm used to a tropical climate, not this. um, oh, you said where is that at and the name? Um, DM me, Ines, and I will send you all the information for them. Because if anything, when you land tomorrow morning, depending on where you're staying, then we could all because there's somebody else who's also gonna go. I told them about the makeup spot and they're gonna go too. So if it's a thing where we could all go together, I feel like that would be great. You know what I mean? So DM me so I can send you all that information. Um, you said I'm in Texas. I hate the cold. I thought it got cold in Texas. Does it not get cold in Texas? Does it not snow in Texas? Am I bugging? Why do I feel like it snows in Texas? Let me know. So y'all, I don't know if you've seen, but your girl, oh, I gotta change the icon here too. But your girl got a logo done. I am branding, and this is not just going to be a YouTube channel, y'all. It's going to be a lifestyle brand. And so I've been working on this logo for a minute now, setting up the LLCs and all these things and trademarks and all these things. And so I finally got my logo, and I am so grateful for the graphic designer who helped to make my vision come alive. Everything that I wanted my logo to be, everything that I wanted my brand to represent, he captured it in this. This how this looks is not how my sketch looked, but he understood the assignment. He understood the assignment, and this is just beautiful. Y'all see the black, green, and gold that represents my country. That's the colors of the Jamaican flag. You can see the letter Y's. I don't know if you guys know this, but my first name begins with a Y. So that's why it's how I see it. And I don't know, I think this captures the how I see it brand perfectly. I think wherever you see this logo, even if you don't see the name, you see this logo, you're gonna know, oh, that's how I see it. And not only did I create a logo for, the entertainment part of my brand, I also created a logo for the products and services that I'm also going to be diving into. So there's also how I see things, Jamaican snacks and more, LLC. And that is going to be a company I'm launching in 2025. I'm working on the website. I'm working on getting getting all the products that I want to sell. I'm working on all of that. So by 2025, the website will be up and ready for y'all to purchase my carefully curated favorite Jamaican and other island snacks. Because majority of the snacks that I used to purchase growing up in Jamaica and even as an adult, majority of them come from Trinidad, but we still call them Jamaican snacks, okay? They're manufactured in Trinidad, but for the most part, we still call them Jamaican snacks. And then you have some other Jamaican companies like um, the National Baking Company, Excelsior. You have the Purity brand. You have HTB, you have St. Mary's banana chips. So you got a couple Jamaican snack companies too that I'm gonna make sure that I have an offering of their products. But I can't wait for y'all to see and purchase from my business. And if there's a particular snack, if you've been to Jamaica before and there's a particular snack that you had and you haven't had it since then, just let me know and I will add it for you. And also for my Jamaican friends who haven't been able to travel back home and you don't live in a state where they sell some of our Jamaican foods, I'm going to have an option where I can be your personal shopper here in South Florida. So if you want your good yellow yams, you want some callaloo, you want some ackee, you want some sorrel, and you can't find that in the state where you live, I got you. So I can't wait to launch that in 2025. And I see y'all saying you love the logo, and I'm so happy that y'all like the logo too. I'm happy that y'all like it because I love it. I love it so much. But let's get into some of these hot topics that I have, y'all. Remember to like the video. Remember to like the video. All right, so let me stop showing that. All right. So first thing I want to talk about is Destiny and her life coach. A mess. That is the only way that I can describe what I witnessed on their messy mental health Mondays. It was already a mess, but I think their Wednesday night Messy Mental Health Mondays, it proved what I've been saying for weeks now about Destiny and Dion. Their dynamic is unhealthy, their dynamic is toxic, and in my opinion, and for a life coach, I don't think that she is helping Destiny. I think she has been cloud chasing. I think Dion wanted to be in this love and marriage, Huntsville, social media space. And she thought that she was going to get some popularity off of it. I think she also wanted to feed into, in my opinion, the hate, the hate that a lot of people have for Melody. And she wanted to use her credentials, in my opinion, she wanted to use her credentials as a licensed family therapist. She wanted to use her credentials to sway the thoughts and the thoughts and opinions of people in this space who would look at whatever knowledge Dion was providing on that platform and say, hey, if a person who studied psychology is saying this about Melody, if somebody who has 18 years under their belt of diagnosing and providing counsel in a therapeutic space or whatever, then it must be facts. It must be facts. So if she's presenting information that sounds like she's calling Melody a narcissist, then somebody who already hates Melody is going to say, well, I'm not a psychologist, but here's a licensed therapist saying the same thing that I've been saying. So it must be true. And the therapist is validating my opinion. And I think that's what Dion was trying to do. However, it's failed because one, for those of us who are critical thinkers, for those of us who peep certain game, we saw Dion. Well, I'll speak for myself. I'll speak for myself. I saw what she was doing. She wasn't trying to be helpful in this space. Let's be clear. The Love and Marriage Huntsville space, so much happens in this space. So much. And if she wanted to come in and create an atmosphere for more dialogue from both sides, she failed at that. She failed at that. She was not holding Destiny accountable. Dion presented herself as somebody who could be objective in their thinking, but every week she sat on their messy mental health Mondays and gave biased perspective attacking one person. That's what she was doing. She was providing biased opinion and biased perspective attacking Melody. But the last episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville was not Melody focused. It wasn't an episode that was driven by Melody or Melody's interaction with anybody else on the cast. The focus of last week's episode was Martell and Marsaw and Martell's allegations, I guess, towards Tisha and Tisha's intimate history. And I thought it was very funny when Dion started off by saying, at this point, we all know what reality TV is. We all know that, when there's a cast event, the expectation is that majority of the cast will be there. However, we know that there are two people who cannot film. Now, when she said that, y'all, Destiny was visibly upset because Dion said to her, Destiny, I think you know, or probably you don't, but there are two people who cannot film together. And Destiny got tight. She literally got tight, y'all. That's the best description that I could give for how she became closed off the minute Dion said that. And Dion was visibly shaken by Destiny's response. But I think Destiny tried to like cover it up by saying, um, when she said that's incorrect, but I can't talk about it because it will give away something that's going to happen or whatever. I think that was her trying to cover it up because I don't know what is there to give away. Martell and Melody cannot film together. They cannot film with each other. There is a protective order in place. There's a no contact order in place. So is what I don't know what is left to give away. Is it that on the show Destiny is going to say, "Oh, I didn't know that," or at the reunion Destiny is going to say, "Oh, when I invited Melody, I didn't know that her and Martell couldn't film together." Is that what it is? Because outside of that, I think at this point in time, everybody, whether you like Melody or don't like Melody, we are of the understanding that the no contact order means that we're never going to see Melody and Martell in a scene together. Am I tripping? Somebody let me know if I'm tripping. Because when Destiny said um, she can't tell Dion why what Dion said was incorrect because it's going to give away something that is still to come, I was like, girl, I think the point was pretty clear. There are two people on the cast that can't film with each other. So what is there to give away? What is there to give away? And I don't know. Is Destiny afraid of Martell? Is she afraid of Martell? Because it was pretty sad to watch her defend him at Tisha's expense. Now, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't care if Destiny is not picking a side, is turning on Tisha for the sake of her friendship with Martell. I don't care. But for the sake of content and for the sake of entertainment, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. She sat there and during this messy mental health Mondays, she tried to paint Martell as the victim, in my opinion. Oh, it wasn't just him. They were saying, stuff about, somebody that he cares about, and that's why. Girl, what? Even when Dion was telling her, don't ever find yourself, don't ever find yourself, y'all. I ordered my Seventh Avenue face wash and a scrub. I think I don't remember when I ordered it. I think last week or something, and it said that it was going to arrive last night because I needed the face wash for my trip. And tell me why UPS had my stuff in Orlando last night. I don't understand. Melody did her big one and making sure. I think the same day I ordered it, like within minutes, I was sent an update that my order has been shipped. Like within like maybe an hour or two, my order was shipped. UPS, I got my good eye on y'all. I got my good eye on y'all, and I just got the text from what they call that app thing that you can track your orders with. Is it Shopify? Something. I don't remember what it's called, but my products just got to my house. Like, dang it. If UPS did a better job, they would have been at my house yesterday at this time. But oh well. I only have like a little bit of scrub left, and that's what I'm gonna use to wash my face. But anyways, back to it, y'all. Um, Nanny of the Maroon says, "Girl, you know Dion is gonna snap." On me? Who? Wait, who has she snapped on? Dion is out here snapping on people. Is that what you're saying, or do you mean Destiny? Let me know. Oh my gosh. She is a cloud chaser, which is why she couldn't sit on the platform with Destiny and say, listen, as a mental health professional with all these years of experience under my belt, I'm not going to be on YouTube with you only caping for you. Yes, we have a personal relationship, we have a life coaching relationship. However, it would be unethical for me to seem as if one, I am psychoanalyzing people who you have a close relationship with, and it would also be unethical for me to point out everybody else's flaws while acting as if I don't see where you also have flaws or where you have made mistakes as I'm watching the show. Dion hasn't done that. I could respect if Dion was pointing fingers at Melody, but also pointing fingers at Destiny and pointing fingers at Tisha and pointing fingers at everybody else. But she spent several weeks, in my opinion, attacking Melody. And what I don't think that either of them realize is that at the end of the day, there are going to be episodes where Melody is not the focus, where Melody is not engaging with any of them, where Melody isn't engaging with Destiny at all, where Melody isn't even talking about Destiny. So when those scenes come up and there's a scene where Destiny and her relationship with the others are the focus, then how do you now speak on those issues when you have spent several weeks only attacking one person? When we saw Destiny sit on that park bench with Martell, that was an opportunity for Dion to call certain things out, but she didn't. When her and Martell were in that storage unit and he was acting as if he wasn't convicted, and Destiny was like, okay, if you say you're not convicted, then that's the narrative I'm gonna run with. Dion could have also said something about that and asked Destiny, when it comes to Martell, are you people pleasing? When it comes to Martell, are you enabling him? Because that is what it looks like. And because the previous episode is one in which Dion had to sit and focus on Destiny's behavior and Martell's behavior, now Destiny's mad, in my opinion. Her friend, Tisha, was victim to Martell trying to SLUT shame her and bring up her sexual past. But Destiny's like, Martell is a good guy. And they were poking at him too. It wasn't just him. And they said some things to him. It was just not shown. Enabling the behavior, enabling the foolishness. It was a conversation between two men. And Martell chose to bring Tisha into it. Now, I might not see it for Tisha, but it was wrong what he did. And the life coach was pointing that out, and Destiny didn't like it. She was mad, y'all. She was upset that the life coach was pointing that out. She was upset that the life coach was asking her, is there not security on set? You should not be putting yourself in between two big grown men who could possibly get physical. Because Destiny, you're not strong enough. What's her name? Latrice said that Destiny is tiny in person. So for me, that says you're not strong enough to keep Martell and Marsau from going at each other if that's what they wanted to do. And maybe security was there and they just felt like, yeah, it's not gonna get physical. So we don't have to jump in. But the life coach wasn't wrong when she said, Destiny, that's not your job. And I don't recall if Dion said this to Destiny, that she understood that Martell was upset about something. And he, in the moment, wasn't willing to talk about it. However, she forced the issue. That's problematic behavior, knowing that Martell is an unhinged personality. Martell clearly said that he didn't have an issue, even though he was lying. He clearly showed that he did not want to talk about it. But Destiny, you pushed the issue feeling like you had all the tools, maybe because you've been hanging around Dion so much, you felt like you had all the tools to be a, a moderator of the conversation or a mediator. And then you sit in a scene with Martell at the bar or wherever y'all were at the restaurant. And as he is going in on Tisha once again, just like at the park bench, you say nothing. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how Dion and Destiny come back from their little awkwardness on Wednesday. Ines says, I think she's scared of him. Martell has too much dirt on her. I don't know what it is, but she did not she did not want to speak up in opposition to what Martell had going on in the episode. She wanted to defend him. And for me, it's like, why? Is it because if you defend Tisha, he's going to come at you next? So once again, just like with Melody, just like with Melody, once again, Destiny is willing. Destiny is willing. One second, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. So what was I saying? So once again, Destiny is willing to put her friendship with one of the women in jeopardy for Martell. So is this going to be another situation where Destiny feels like, well, if Tisha had told me to pick a side, then I would have picked her. Why does Tisha need to tell you to pick a side when Martell was clearly wrong? When he's telling you that he's about to go to hell with it. When, according to Tasha K, now she got proof of, an actual side chick who's willing to come out and speak to her and whatever. And my opinion is Martell is behind that. So as if Martell is spiraling right now and is going to continue to spiral and is going to want payback because Tisha sat on Messy Mondays with Carlos and said that he was, gay and that they know names and that the whole city of Huntsville knows that in college that's what he was up to. A man like Martell, his ego is very much attached to what he feels masculinity is. And in my opinion, Martell is one of those men who they don't want to be called certain things. Nobody is ever going to convince me that the problem he had with Melody's brother, was it Marcus? The problem he had with Melody's brother was not that Marcus was gay and married. Nobody's going to convince me of that. And Tyler Perry, y'all, Tyler Perry has a show. Ooh, what's the show called? Ooh, on Netflix, where the dad in the show, this old man, he he is has been in the closet all his life, right? And one of his sons is gay. And it's almost like he hates this son. And then as the show continues to progress, episode after episode, and then we find out that the dad is in the closet, it's like, oh my God, this is why he hates his gay son. Because his son is living a life freely that the dad wished that he could have lived. And that's the kind of energy Martell gives me. But you know what? I'm not gonna label anybody because I don't know. But I'm just saying. So he's not gonna take kindly to that. The fact that Martell seems silent should actually worry the Scots. He's not gonna sit down and just take this. He's not gonna just sit down and take this, y'all. And so, Destiny, where do you stand? Where do you stand? Are you going to stand on the side of Tisha, or are you going to say, Tisha, you got this, girl. I got to stick over here because if I start going against him, then he's going to start spreading my business. And I don't want that. Is that what's happening here? Let's wait and see. Listen, the face wash is the truth. It is the truth. Hey, Tootsie. Sis, better realize that Dusty gonna side. She already siding with Hotel. If you watch what I watched on that messy mental health Mondays, there's no way she can call Tisha friend while defending Martell in the way that she did. Dion seems to be over Destiny's boring. Dion is tired of carrying that live alone, not knowing which day they will actually go live, and it's not as successful as they thought it would be. Because Dion isn't objective. If she was more objective, more people would watch. Even though she's co-hosting with Destiny. But because she's not objective, because it's actually not a safe space where everybody can enter the chat and say, you know what? I don't agree. This is this is what we observed in the scene, and the way Destiny is presenting the narrative does not seem like the truth. They don't want anybody in the chat saying that. So that is why it's not more successful. It could have been more successful, but they started it off being messy, and that's a shaky ground to start anything on. So it's gonna crumble. It's gonna crumble. What Dion should have done, honestly, as a licensed family therapist, she should have talked about a few of the Love and Marriage Huntsville episodes, the ones that heavily focus on Destiny, right? She should have made a concerted, well, she should have made a decision, and she should have told Destiny that they are not going to speak on Melody, because for me it's a conflict of interest, and here's why. It's clear that Melody has been a topic of discussion in their life coaching sessions. So Dan should have said, we're not going to talk about Melody, we're going to talk about other things, right? And then Dion should have said, if we're going to use reality TV to mirror real life mental health situations, then let's talk about another show. How about we wait for Bell Collective to come out and then we talk about Bell Collective, since it's still under the Kingdom Reign umbrella? Why don't we talk about Real Housewives of Potomac? A whole mental health situation is happening over there on Real Housewives of Potomac with Mia and Gordon and Ink and all of that. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City with Mary's son, Robert Jr., going through addiction and all of that. That would have been more of a safe space, because then when people enter the chat or when people come over there to watch, it's not Destiny and Dion going down the same toxic Love and Marriage Huntsville sector route. That is what I feel like a life coach should have been saying. Like, as your life coach, I don't think that you should, after filming this show, watching the scenes that you film, especially because when they edit it, they're going to take things out of context. I don't think it's healthy for you to have filmed it. You already lived it, then you're reliving it, watching it. Well, you relived it doing the confessionals, then then you're reliving it watching the episodes, the way the episodes are edited, and then you're reliving it again as you do interviews and as your co-stars do interviews. It's not healthy. So let's get out of the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector. And if the plan was to try to provide knowledge and guidance when it comes to mental health themes, then let's use other shows outside of the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector. But I'm no life coach, but that's what I would have done. Oh, Glam, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. Hi, Samantha Elvry. You caught alive. Samantha caught alive. Kisco says, as a life coach, why would you agree to put this online, period? See, I can understand the educational benefits of using reality TV as like a case study for mental health themes, but I don't think that Dion should have agreed to using Love and Marriage Huntsville as the case study. Now I get it. Destiny's on the show. She has close relationships with these people, or had close relationships with some of these people, but I don't know. It's just icky. It's just icky because Destiny sits on the YouTube channel and lies, in my opinion. She lies. She couldn't own that when she told Melody sorry. It was because she felt like it was the right thing to do. It's because in that moment she was happy to be in Melody's space again. I mean, probably I would probably not admit that either, but to just sit and try to make up, she could. There are many times Destiny's on that mental health Mondays where she's quiet, she's not saying anything. So as Dion is asking her, like, why did you apologize? Why did you, hug her on the stairs? Instead of trying to come up with like a lie, just keep your mouth shut, like you do a lot of the times. But to make it seem like you apologizing was because deep down in your heart you just didn't want to be the person who said all the things you said to Melody at that dinner table the first night you came on the trip. That's BS. That's BS. That's not why you were apologizing. In the same way that Martell is texting Melody um talking about some I'm sorry 100 times. It's the same reason Destiny has for apologizing. She wants to do wicked things to somebody who is not even thinking about her and then apologize for it. That in and of itself is a cycle of AB. Samantha says their chat is filled with the minions who, yeah, I see that too. And I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm not even trying to watch it to review it like that. I didn't even watch it on Destiny's channel. Shout out to Drop the Mic, who had the clips, and that's where I watched it because I was like, I'm not going over there to watch this foolishness anymore. It's gonna be the same BS every week of them coming at Melody. So, uh. But this week they couldn't talk about Melody because Melody wasn't there. Melody was not at the field day, and she wouldn't have been. She would not have been. And Destiny talked about how if she didn't do the field day, she would have been fined and whatever. See, this is another reason why we know these people are, in dire need of money. Because Melody doesn't want to do something, Melody's not gonna do it. But here you are. Once again, I got a cough. But here is Destiny saying, I had to do it or I would have been fined. Then let them fine you then. If you don't need the money like that, let them fine you then. And the reason why she probably didn't want to do it is because she knew that some BS was going to happen. And it did. And Tisha got caught in the crossfires. Tisha caught astray because of what Destiny did. Like, let's be clear, it started because of Destiny. She planned out those games, and even if she didn't plan the games, she allowed the producers to come up with the games, and she agreed to play the game. She agreed to play. The producers probably said, listen, you need to come up with a game that's going to start some mess. And she said, oh, how about big D conversations where I'm going to ask questions like, who in the group has hurt you the most? Who in the group outside of your spouse has showed up for you the most? That was a setup. Who in the group do you have the biggest issue with? When you set out to ask questions like that, you are not trying to provide healing. A healing space would be coming into those questions by saying, say something, say something kind about the person next to you. Name one thing that you have done to somebody in this group that you would like to apologize for right now. That's how you generate healing. But when you start off with some messy questions like that, what you think is gonna happen? Mess. If you're rolling in mud, what you think is gonna happen? You're gonna be dirty. So Destiny started it. And as Tisha said, Destiny did not even give her a heads up. Destiny knew that Martell was feeling some type of way. And yes, I agree with Letitia Scott, child, that as her friend, Destiny could have called her up and said, hey, I just did a scene with Martell. And he's feeling some type of way about Marcel's interview and whatever. And we about to do this field day event where they want me to ask some messy questions. So I don't know if y'all can call him, calm him down, because I don't want if I have to ask these questions at this field day, it's probably gonna cause some mess. That's what a friend would have done. But it's given they're not friends for real. They don't have any respect, Kisco, and this is why they're falling right now. In Jamaica, they say if you're gonna dig a hole for somebody, you better dig two, because the same hole you're digging for somebody else is the hole that you're about to fall down into. And that entire cast, they helped Martell to dig a hole, in my opinion, that had Revenge P attached to it. They helped him to dig a hole that had disrespect towards his wife, mother of his children, now his ex-wife. Because let's be clear, they also helped him to disrespect Melody when she was his wife. How do you sit up on a guy's trip? And I was glad that that Chef Don Don was playing back the old clips, the old clips from reunion seasons ago, because that reunion where they talked about that Atlanta guys trip, and Maurice said he wasn't there, and then he went on his soapbox and said, well, if I was there, I would leave, or I would tell Martell to leave, only to find out when the picture was posted, that he was very much there and that Ariane was the one who took the picture. But as I was saying, they helped Martell to dig a hole of disrespect while he was married to Melody. How are you on a guy's trip and your bro pulls up with his mistress and you don't check him and leave? How do you sit there and key and break bread with the mistress when you are at that point in time good friends with this man's wife? Your wife and his wife, they're hanging out, they're going on trips together, they're taking the kids to the park and to parties. Y'all are going on vacation together. How do you sit on a guy's trip and be okay with the mistress being there for that entire weekend? You know they weren't in that room praying in that Airbnb. They weren't praying. And then y'all leave the trip and then you go back home and you lay in bed and you pillow talk to your wives. In the same way, one of them went home and Letitia, well, Marsau probably went home and Letitia know Martell out here showing videos of coleslaw. And the reason why I chose that one is because I don't feel like it was pillow talking that led Tisha to know that Martell was showing videos of Melody. I think Tisha saw that firsthand. The coleslaw one, yeah, I feel like that was some pillow talking happening. So in the same way they sit around and they pillow talk about all of that, there's an anime convention or conference happening, y'all. All the anime costumes that I've seen since I've been here, and they all look amazing. I wish I knew where this was being held. I would probably go. Anyways, as I was saying, so they helped him to be disrespectful when he was married. While he was going through a separation, they still continued to help him to be disrespectful. In their divorce, they were still helping him to be disrespectful. They all helped Martell to dig that hole. And now they're all falling into that hole that they helped him to dig. They helped him to dig that hole for Melody. And it's not Melody falling into it. It's Martell, it's Marsaw, it's Tisha, because she felt like finally admitting that they knew about this revenge P was going to give them some brownie points, but it's just making people look at them like, y'all are disgusting for real, for real. Y'all are horrible human beings. I watched it from from Drop the Mic too, yeah. I'm not giving Destiny another view. I hope Drop the Mic continues to play the clips. They do need to go look work. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about, y'all, is how she DM'd Dustin Ross. Shout out to Empress Radio for catching that, because y'all, we were too hyper focused on Tisha finally admitting that they knew about Martell showing everybody Melody's intimate videos. We were so focused on that that we didn't hear when Dustin said, or we probably forgot that he said that, well, Carlos said that Destiny DM'd Dustin reading him for filth, because Dustin made it clear his feelings about Destiny on that park bench with with Martell. He felt like Destiny misses her friendship with Melody, and because she can't be in Melody's space, she's gonna sit on a park bench and trash talk Melody with the man who is dragging her through family courts, who is convicted of DV in the third degree, and who has a no contact order in place to protect Melody from him, because Melody won't allow her back in the space. And Dustin was correct. Dustin was correct. He was correct in how Destiny lies. Because she's the way Destiny said it to Martell was, oh, because I cussed Melody out. This is how I perceived it, right? She wanted to seem as if because she cussed, she revealed some things about Melody talking to Ariane, something that we already knew from season one. So that was like cold tea. But the way Destiny made it seem is because I spilled that tea, Melody was nice to me after that because she didn't want me spilling more tea. That's how it came across, which was a lie. Melody was very kind the minute Destiny walked into that restaurant. And after they had that little tiff, she continued to be kind. She continued to be gracious because that's what you do when you are a host of a trip. And that's what you do when you don't really care about somebody for real, for real. Like, yeah, she doesn't want harm to come to Destiny or anything, but in the grand scheme of things, Destiny isn't a part of her everyday life. So what does she need to sit around an entire girls' trip being mean to the woman for? She can be cordial. She can sit at a table with you, but that doesn't mean that there's going to be a relationship. So to feel like kindness, experiencing some kindness from Melody in that moment was weakness. I'm glad that Dustin clocked it and called it out. And this is the issue that I continue to have with Destiny, that she continues to misrepresent the truth. She did it with the whole credit card situation. She did it when she made it seem as if Melody told Dr. Dorica to not do business with Destiny. I love that Chef Don Don played it back, where during the reunion when Destiny was coming at Melody, right? Destiny said out of her own mouth, well, you didn't tell her to not do business with me, but she doesn't want to do business with me because she said she's loyal to you. Oh, so you're mad that Melody's real friend in real life understands loyalty and you didn't? You're mad that somebody who was only doing business with you to begin with, on the strength of Melody at the time being a friend of yours, decides that the business venture wasn't worth her time and she was only going to do it as a favor to Melody anyways. And if the connection, because Melody is in the middle, right? And it's because of her presence why Destiny and Derica were connected to begin with. Derica was doing the business, um, that business deal as a favor to Melody. Her friend called, asked her, and she said, okay, for you, I will do it. And this is not alleged. This is what Derica said in that live with Melody, right? But the lady said after the fact, learning that there's a falling out, she don't want to be in the middle of it. Her loyalty is to Melody anyways, and she was only going to do it as a favor to Melody. Why is that so unreasonable? Why is it so far fetched that Melody never had to tell Derica, not one time, that she had to pick a side? And that goes back to Melody's point. If you see how somebody is treating me and I have to tell you to pick a side, then you need to stay over there on that side of the fence then. So the fact that Melody has actual friends in her life who understand that when they see people treating their friend badly, then the side that they should be on is the side of their friend who is the victim of that bad treatment. It's a you problem, Destiny, that you don't understand that kind of dynamic. That's a you problem. It's not a Melody's problem. It's not a Dr. Derica's problem. And she couldn't choose Melody over Martell. She couldn't choose Melody over All right, y'all, you hear me now? Yes. So Derica pulled out of the business deal. She made it clear that it's not because Melody said anything to her. It was her personal decision because she wanted to remain loyal to her friend. And she don't know Destiny like that. And Destiny's been mad ever since, blaming Melody for causing her to lose a business deal. Girl, if you are that solid of a businesswoman, then guess what? You get your butt up and you go make another business deal. That's what she would do. Nobody who is connected to Melody has to remain connected to you simply because Melody made the introduction. The minute Melody is no longer in your space or no longer wants you in her space, then her real life friends shouldn't be subjected to have to remain in your space simply because Melody made the introduction. And that's what Destiny could not understand. That there are people out there like that who understands loyalty to that extent. Now, because you're grimy, Destiny, don't mean that everybody else is grimy. Because you couldn't choose Melody over Martell doesn't mean that Melody does not have people in her life who watched Martell dog her out. And even though they were also friends with Martell, they said, yeah, we go cut you off because you're wrong. So, anyways, she sent Dustin supposedly a DM reading him for filth. And Dustin, he gave such a classy dress down of Miss Destiny when he said boundaries are important. Dustin said boundaries are important. So if I am doing an interview where I am giving you the floor to talk about yourself and to talk about your experience, that's one thing. But when I am on the Kingdom Reign Entertainment platform and I'm being asked for my opinions, I'm going to give my opinion. And I'm just paraphrasing now. And it's for you to not be in your feelings about my opinions. And what Dustin said highlighted what the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville issue is that they don't understand that content creators are going to give opinions. And if you sit up every day worried about what some content creators have to say about you, and you feed into it so much so that you start to bully one of your castmates because you feel like her fans' thoughts and opinions are just too much, then once again, that's a you problem. Stop feeding into it so much. The Love and Marriage Huntsville cast, they're the only set of reality stars who go around being in their feelings 24/7 about what some YouTubers got to say about what they are presenting in the public domain. Make it make sense. Hmm. Hey, Anitra. Let me read y'all's comment. Dusty is a user and she wants to live off of others by having access, especially to their resources. I was thinking the other day that it feels like Destiny wants to live in Melody's skin. And let me explain why. She loves Melody to the point where she wants to live in Melody's skin. Okay? For me, it seems as if, how can I put this while, protecting myself legally? It seems as if, in my opinion, Destiny weaseled her way into Liberic's life so that she could be in close proximity to Melody and Martell. Does that make sense, y'all? Because out of all the men in Huntsville, in my opinion, out of all the men in Huntsville that Destiny could have met at a Christmas party, you're telling me that the universe, and could be the universe was in such divine alignment that she so happened to meet Martell's childhood friend. Think about it, y'all. Let's think about it. The universe said, you and Martell were friends. And truth be told, they weren't friends. I'm gonna play the clip again for y'all of Destiny admitting that they weren't friends. I'm trying to find it. So why am I still on? Trying to find a clip of her saying that basically she knew. Oh wait, do I have internet by? Oh no, internet. Jesus. Okay. Searching for Wi-Fi on my other device. Okay. Oh, I gotta go get password. Okay, here we are. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know how much. Am I connected? Let's see. Because I want to find this clip and play for y'all of this girl saying, hmm, she wasn't really friends with Martell. Ah, internet. Oh, well, y'all, I can't. I might have to wait until check-in to get internet on my other phone. But, oh well. The way Destiny described her knowing Martell was like this. Let's say, for example, my husband is a DJ right now. So let's say he was a popular DJ back in high school, right? And he would throw some crazy good parties at his house. And he had all the kids from his school and the other schools coming to his parties. So by virtue of doing that, a lot of the kids across all these different schools would know him. All right. One particular person from the group that would come to the parties that he would see in passing, probably would say hey to every now and then, whatever, moves away. And then comes back in adulthood and is being introduced as the girlfriend of one of my husband's best friend. And my husband might say, wait, don't I know you from somewhere? And then they get to saying, yeah, I went to XYZ high school. I used to live up the road. Yeah. Good to see you. How you been? That's the relationship that Destiny had with Martell. She says she knew Martell vicariously through some of the other people in their friend group that who they'd all hang out together and that they'd all hang out together. That's what she said about that friendship. It wasn't no, we sat around daily and we chat, we went to the movies. It wasn't that. It was we hung out with the same set of people. When I was in high school, y'all, one of my best friends, her cousins were in the 11th grade. So they were getting ready to graduate. We were in grade 8. And we would hang out with them. I would be around them and really wouldn't even speak to any of the big girls or the guys who were around. But we were in close proximity. Now, guess what? Some of those people follow me on Facebook. I don't know much about outside of what they show on Facebook. I don't know anything about their lives. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. She doesn't really know Martell, but she wants to present like they were just some good friends for how many years and that she knew him first. So Melody should understand why she's still friend with him. Nope. Don't understand why. Because y'all don't have a real friendship. I've shared that I dated a guy in high school. In high school. But we remained friends. When he was getting married, I was invited to his wedding. When I was getting married, he came and he also took his wife along with him. So Destiny's cop out is, well, I was single and when he got married, I didn't want to. Girl, if there's nothing going on between you and this man, then why would it matter if you're calling or not? Truth be told, from the time Melody and Martell were dating to by the time they got engaged to be married, Melody should have known about Destiny. She should have known about Destiny. Not a year before LeBerc about to marry this girl, all of a sudden it's, oh, we used to go to school together. We're friends. Destiny this, Destiny. Come on. We're not stupid. So you go and you get your ring fitted. Or you go and you get a ring fitted so that your man knows. What am I talking about? Y'all, I'm here sleepy as hell. I just went off on a tangent that does not make any sense. Because I'm talking and sleeping. So I was saying it makes no sense. It makes no sense that after Destiny claims that after Martell got married, she did not want to contact him anymore. It makes no sense. My theory is her and Martell were never in contact. After she left Huntsville when she was 15, she said, and I wish I could pull up the interview. After she left Huntsville when she was 15, she had no contact with Martell. Plus, in the early 90s, There was no Facebook. There was no MySpace. No, there was none of that. She probably would fly back into Huntsville or drive back into Huntsville and would probably see him in passing and would be like, "Yo, that's Martell," because he was popular. But were they friends? They were not. They were not. So now we have Facebook that comes out, and we have MySpace, and we have all these different social media platforms where now everybody is now connected. Because if I have a friend from high school and we're friends on Facebook and they are friends with somebody who went to the same high school, and that person sees that, oh, Miss Y and X are friends, and Miss Y is no, well, Miss Y could be one of your mutual friends. And then they might look at my profile picture and say, "Oh yeah, I know her. She used to go to the same school." Now we're following each other. Still doesn't mean that we're friends. So now he's posted on Facebook, he's married. She probably goes into the comments like, "Congratulations." Still not friends, Destiny. So Destiny had a level of delusions, I feel, when it comes to her friendship, her supposed friendship with Martell. Knowing somebody and having a friendship are not the same things. And she claims that she knew Martell before she knew Melody. That's obvious. That's obvious. But y'all weren't friends. So it should have been, in my opinion, easy for Destiny to choose Melody's side. But here we are. Here we are. Anyways, y'all, I'm about to hop off of this live because let me tell you how I've literally fell asleep talking, and I might have to go back and listen to hear what I was talking about when I was talking about ring sizes, because what? And I'm gonna leave it in there too. But this is my disclaimer for the people who heard that part. Child, I was literally falling asleep on this live talking, going off topic. Oh my gosh. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna sit here and get some sleep. I'm still waiting to check in. I'm actually going to go back to the front desk and ask them, like, if any room has become available, and see if I can check in early. If not, I'm just gonna come back to this nice cozy couch that they have right here, and I am going to get some sleep. I have been up all night. I did not sleep at all. I was cleaning up because I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave dirty clothes. I wanted my house to sparkle before I left. So I was up the entire day yesterday into the morning. I slept on the plane the entire plane ride, but I'm still tired. I'm still tired. So y'all remember, turn your notification bells on so that you know when I'm going to go live. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, now called X, at How I See It, so that you'll be notified when I'm going live, because I might post on my stories. Y'all head over to YouTube. I'm about to go live. I don't want you guys to miss any of the moments that I'm going to share from Winter Wonderland, because I know, for whatever reason, some of y'all couldn't make it to this event. You were probably at Mimosas with Melody in March. You probably went to Mimosas in August, and you just couldn't make this one. It's Christmas. I get it, y'all. But your girl needed this last solo trip for the year. No kids, so just a weekend for myself, a nice brain break from teaching and being around kids all day long. And I am going to enjoy it. For me, this is more than just about, showing up because I am a fan of Melody. It's also about networking. There's going to be a lot of content creators there. Um, and it's just also about me time, like really truly. If not for these events, because I'm not a clubber, I'm not a part, like, when I tell you I don't go clubbing, I'm really not a partier, none of that. But I will show up for a good expo. I will show up for something that I feel like at the end of it, I'm going to benefit from attending. It make any kind of sense to me to go and waste my money in a club, to buy liquor that's overpriced, and to listen to music that I can listen in my house. That's always been my mindset when it comes to clubbing, right? Yeah, it's fun, but it's like I could buy that liquor in the liquor store for $20. Why are you selling it for 300? Make it make sense. And I hate when the DJs don't play out the song to the part where I actually want to hear it, to the part that I actually want to hear. That pisses me off. So that's why I hate clubbing too. But an event like this, where there might be, not might be, where there are going to be people that I can network with, build with, I'm all for it. And I guess some me time. Yes, yes, please. So I can't wait to meet those of you who are gonna be here tomorrow. Well, those of you who are here tonight and going to Chef Don Don's event. I'll meet some of you there. And for those who are probably going to Tea Talk with your girls meet and greet, I will meet you guys tomorrow. All right. Ines, if you're still here, please remember to DM me so that I can give you the information. And until later, y'all, walk good. Bye.